Hi, I'm Amanda Nakano, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about narcissism. Narcissism is a love of oneself. It was first discovered in 1898 by Havelock Ellis. It's been around for a very, very long time. Narcissism was named after Narcissus. He was a mythological god. He fell in love with his reflection so much that he would stare at it every day in the pool of water. As days went by, he stared at it more and more until eventually he fell in and drowned trying to stare at his own reflection. And that is where the word narcissism comes from. Traits that are normally found in the narcissist are self-centered, self-admiration, self-regard, cold, they do not care about consequences, they project fault onto others. They're pathological liars, and they look for attention from others always. In order to avoid being owned, the narcissist always reduces people to non-human objects, so they can care about them as little as possible. If something goes wrong, the narcissist will always project fault onto others. Nothing is ever the narcissist's fault in the narcissist's mind. People tend to be drawn to the narcissist because they have self-confidence, they have charm, they carry themselves well, they are well-groomed, and they tend to dress really well and come off very nice and polite at first. It's advised to move on if you know a narcissist. They'll use you to expand their own self-image. They tend to find people who are more attractive than them, more wealthy, and more advanced in their business so they could use them to move up and get more advanced in their lives. In love, the narcissist's need for power often leads them to cheat. In a worst-case scenario, we have people like Scott Peterson. Peterson was charismatic enough to attract a beautiful wife and cold-hearted enough to kill her when he wanted to move on. When Peterson met another woman that he supposedly fell in love with, he killed his wife and tried to move on with her, and that it was the narcissist coming out of him. Known narcissists are notorious serial killer Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was good-looking and he was charming, and he was able to lure young women to go with him for various different things, and then he wound up killing them. He killed between 30 women between 1975 and 1978. He was quoted as saying, "I took what I wanted, nothing mattered beyond my own desires." During a TV interview, Bundy, a man who killed 30-plus women, preened for his audience. He said his desires were simple. He wanted control and mastery over all of his victims. He took whatever he wanted, from tube stocks to human lives, including nothing mattered beyond his own desires. Bundy said he was always surprised and I don't even notice his victims had vanished. I mean, there are so many people in this world. The only death he ever regretted was his own. There are no known causes for narcissism. Some people believe it develops in the early childhood from being too spoiled or being too coddled. Other people believe it happens in early adulthood. The person seeks personal gratification over social value. There is no treatment for narcissism either, and no real cure. Psychotherapy may help them relate more positive and have more compassion for people, but it takes a lot of work. So, are you a narcissist? The answer is probably not. We all have vain tendencies, such as looking in the mirror more than once or twice before we walk out the door. But nothing will be as extreme as a narcissist. So if you cross paths with a narcissist in your life, my best advice is to keep on walking and go the other way. Thank you.